of dust from all of its sides. Fall down from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. What you hear in yourself when no one's to be found? What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind?
Yes, you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Check the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist in the mess, and happily perform the new in your hands.
I show that I live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust.
Yeah, you better.
For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its sides. Fall down from my heart.
And we live, baby. Hey, yo. Bam. Special episode. What's up? Welcome to the mothership. Hey, this is the B. Ain't seen me in a minute. I ain't seen you either. I missed you, baby. What you up to? Yo, welcome to the mothership. It's the WhoDat podcast. It's been a while, and we had to go live for a very, very special episode. As always, you already know it's B. Paco over there on the ones and twos. He producing tonight. Hey, shout out.
So what's up, y'all?
There we go. He on the other side of the mothership right now. But I got some men of wisdom, understanding, great knowledge, and we've been laughing like mother. We ain't even really got all the way deep. But we've been talking and chopping it up. I want to introduce you to a friend of the mothership. Already been here before, Mr. Anson King. Thank you for coming back on the mothership, man. Yes, sir. Then where the frame at? Then we got next to Brody. There we go. We got next to Brody, Mr. Wayne Crowley. Is this your first time on the mothership, bro?
It is my first.
Oh
time.
man, Weezy at baby. Welcome to the mothership, baby. Yeah.
Man, we in her.
Yeah. And then next to him, man, I have the talented and very inspiring, man. Like
Yes,
this brother's been very inspiring in my walk, in my every day. Most of y'all already know him, but Mr. Kerry Brown, thank you. I know this your first time on mothership, bro. Hey, this ain't gonna be the last.
This ain't your first time?
Yes, it's first time too.
He sent me an invite, but I ain't like that to be trying to just hop out there on stuff. But I mean, these guys here,
Right on. Yo, yeah, what made y'all cause you made a post. That's what.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I did. I made a post saying how I like to do a podcast or something with these two brothers. I like how they think they're some smart individuals.
Yes.
And I just like how their mind, kind of puts things together. So I really appreciate that, because knowing how people think is a very important thing, but seeing how people think and then knowing that they're on the right path and how they can kind of see things ahead of time, that's a great thing,
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned through, the book The Alchemist, and then
Shout out to Paulo Coelho.
Mm-hmm. And the Bible too, because good omens follow things.
Shout out to the Father.
So if you find people who know how to ride a wave, you kind of get with them and teach them how to ride a wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should actually get out and do something. So
That's
that's the goal. So these guys here, both of them have been inspiring to me, just for conversation wise. And me and Kerry, we had some great conversations, man. And even I thought me and him used to beef.
Man, and that's how I be. But it was the same way with my boy right here.
Oh man,
It don't even be beef, but it just be like,
it don't be enough interaction. That's it.
You don't know
more
people.
interaction.
Like,
Man.
Yep, and everybody's strong on what they believe in. We all brothers that are well studied, and that kind of brings.
You guys know what you're talking about, because you got not only experience, but you have some type of education about yourself.
Right.
And you got experience about yourself where you've seen some things, you know some things, and you study some things. So that helps me know that you guys are on the right path. I'm telling you.
And iron sharpens iron. So what
Always,
I'm saying? It's always
man.
good to surround yourself with strong brothers. So
That's
like I told them before you was in there, it's power in this room.
Definitely some great energy.
Yeah.
It might not be manifested in the physical yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In the
But
spiritual
in the
realm.
spiritual
That's
realm.
That's good. We fight not against
Titans.
blood, but against some people.
Yeah.
We fight up there first. fake. You know what I'm saying? So even the thought of getting us together was gonna be a thing. You know, that's why we had to delay a whole day because we were that's only time. But it worked out because here we are.
Really? And we already been chopping it up, man. I really wanted y'all to hear some of these this talk that we had going on, but we were talking a lot about just us as a people and the things that we've settled for, right, over time. You know what I mean? And if y'all remember anything, what y'all was saying,
go back to what you were talking about after slavery, as far as
just the maturation of us. Like you look at it as us as a people, as just an individual. Like you a baby when we came out of slavery, and then by the time you get to civil rights, like you want to.
When we just got back on our feet.
Yeah, and like this whole time you still fighting, you still struggling, and still KKK and all of this is happening. So you still fighting to get to this point, but you know, we hit civil rights and we want to be independent. We want our own. We know what ain't fair no more. That's like when you 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? You starting to realize like I can stand on my own if I wanted to. Yeah. And then right after that, we went into that self-love because we had saw what we were able to accomplish. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even though I personally wouldn't have agreed with it in that time, when you are able to look at the fact that things were changing without weapons, that makes you love yourself even more. Like, man, y'all did it without guns. It got to be something. You know what I mean? Just even though I would have, you know what I'm saying, meat slide. I would have, man, it would have been. I would have thrown a rope across the street. You know what I'm saying? But when you see that, that's why we went into the self-love in the 70s and mid-70s. You know what I mean? It was real good. And Black Panthers wanted to police their own neighborhoods. We gonna feed the kids before school. You know what I'm saying? And then we get plowed in the face with a one-of-a-kind, never before seen drug. That's never been done before. You know what I mean? Like, of all the drugs and all the ways to mess yourself up, they came up with something new. And that's like right around the same time where us as a people, we were one person. That's like you in your mid-20s now. You start falling apart.
Yeah, almost every black family.
You know what I mean? And then everything after that is now we got private prisons. Now we got this type of music. And we don't. The reason why we say they don't make music like that no more is because there was a whole drug involved in the mix, and a whole different type of shit came out, bro.
You know, because you can listen to music and kind of tell what kind of drugs people are on during the time.
Yes, you know, and like you can tell we crack it.
Man, you can hear crack music. You can hear cocaine music, like Rick James. You know, you can hear music. You can tell what they was on when they were doing, like psychedelics, all of it. Pills, lean, all of it, man. You hear it. All of the music, and it's crazy because those demons kind of transfer through the music, you know, into your brain waves, to the frequencies, and that's what we were talking about earlier about how that kind of taints a lot of the women. I'd say the women now, but a lot of the young ladies and the young men, because of how they see the music industry and what's considered, you know, it. And
I want to say it taints the youth. But it's more than that because I be seeing grown folks losing their mind. Like it's grown people that grew up without social media that knew how to be outside.
They still a baby up here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Man, still baby.
Spiritually.
That's it. That's
what it is.
Yeah. We just by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
Cause shoot.
That's what it is.
I don't like to forget. You know what I'm saying? When I was a band, you know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be truly the problem. A lot of times we have short-term memory.
We do.
You know, that's why I think it's a big disconnect between the church and the world. You know what I'm saying? Because the gospel was, you know, for the sinners to get them people that's in the desperate situation. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. And when we done destroyed the whole gap, you know, and to where it's like this, if you on this side, you despise this side. If you over here, you despise this side. It ain't nobody in the middle that's able to say, hey, we need to get these. It's some good, and it's not. We need to push some of them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just honestly, you know what I mean? Like, but
discernment is at a real low.
Real low.
The ability to intersect. Being an intercession is a complete it's a blessing, man, because you know, and we see it like when we go out and we chop it up. You know, we talking to older people, we talking to people of different nationalities and ethnic backgrounds, and races, and you know, we reaching people. It's important that you have somebody that has a spirit of intercession. That way, like I can convey the view. I can convey the view of. I see the importance of the OGs, but I also see the fire in the youth. So I heard somebody say if the older generation don't if they listen to the younger generation, they'll move faster within their generation. And if the younger generation listen to the older generation, they'll move faster within their generation.
So the youngers, they the fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the World War 17. You know, they were 16, 18.
Yeah.
Y'all the fighters. Wait,
I'm a point. I'm gonna tell you, they old age.
we got the plan.
Yeah,
y'all gotta execute
it.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to go directly over their heel. You want to go around.
Man, we don't tell them. We told you.
I'm gonna
Red light. We told you.
Hey.
Retreat. Retreat. We gotta rethink this plan. What we lose?
We gotta count our losses now. Like, Ricky?
You lost everything. Everything.
But it helps having that. That's what we're talking about, having kings on the field too, because you got to be able to have somebody that can recognize and see what's going on in the game plan. You know, because if you can't see abroad and say, hey, you got a whole bunch of folks over here and a whole bunch. Napoleon was a bad man.
But there wasn't no distractions. Napoleon didn't have radio. Napoleon didn't have TV or Instagram.
Well, they controlled all of it. They did have radio. You know, the Germans, man, they controlled. They had a plan, and they completely relegated any other plan. They eliminated it. We gonna push this agenda, and anybody that oppose it, we gonna get rid of them. So even before they started pushing their agenda, they pre-laid the foundation that nobody was gonna be able to combat what they saying. So that's when you get into the let me fortify my people. Let me invest and pour into my people. Let me speak to my people as if who they are within the Most High. Because once you realize, like, oh, I can be something else. I can be a trap star. I can be a car. You know, I can be these things. What you hearing all the time, it becomes, I don't want to say less important. But you know how you buck against your parents, or you buck against the church, or you buck against, and then so when they do that, man, it's so important for us to stay on point as true black men, leading our family, leading in the community. It's so important. Exactly. So we gotta root out the stuff that we got in us. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing somebody gonna say is, how you gonna talk to me, man? When you see what I'm saying? You know,
I ain't your, so you ain't my daddy.
You ain't my daddy.
Son. It's always gonna be some BS.
Or they gonna point out the flaws that you have, just the fleshly flaws.
Well, when it's to a point now to where if you come across somebody that is, it's I think it's signs now to see who ain't been trying. Like, we all got locked in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all was locked up in the house. Like, everybody had time for introspection. Everybody had time to question some shit, wonder some shit, look into some shit if you wanted to. You know what I mean? So I think that there's signs in people as they present themselves in conversation or in action or whatever that just shows, oh, you ain't really been, you're not even seeking.
It shows.
Like somebody,
I think that line is becoming a lot more apparent too.
You
know what I'm saying? To where it's like a total neglect. To where it's like, oh, you okay. You know what I'm saying? Like
separating.
Like, but to your point, I feel like it's got to be some type of, because people that, I mean, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's perfect.
And so if we gonna aim at like saying I got to be perfect to be able to talk to somebody. My thing, you gotta have the right approach. You gotta be understanding. You gotta be loving. You know what I'm saying? To be able to come to somebody and the person has to be open to
receive
it.
it.
And if they're not,
Yeah.
that's on them.
That's on them.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like it's off of your hands,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can plant a seed that may manifest later. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like we didn't kind of bended eyes on certain things.
Yeah.
But it was seeds that were dropped along the way, and it was stuff I was picking up on. I'm like, hey, this brother right here, you know what I'm saying? I'll unfriend this nigga. I'm like, I ain't trying to see nothing that nigga trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I need some peace. Like I do that with folks. Just cause like I'm not trying to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm set on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And if something's kind of like throwing me off of that, I'm able to pick it up and I just kind of like just keep it moving. But I mean something, you know what I'm saying? Like we just started having conversations. We weren't even friends and we was messaging each other. Oh, like, let me send bro another prayer request. What's up, my guy? What's up, King? What's up, King?
My brother, man, I love you to death, man. I love you to death. And honestly, because it's so honest and true.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's another thing, too, because that's how you find out a lot about people, too. When you have disagreements or misunderstandings. And then because it's easy to get to the heart of the whole of the situation, you find out who a motherfucker is then. Because they going to either communicate a little, it could be, oh, motherfucker, fuck you.
Man, what? I'm gonna pull up on you there.
But no, we was talking like grown up me and all this is the problem I had. This is the problem. And we was going through it, all right, because we all right.
I mean, but think about it too.
It's real.
Back in the day, like civilized men, commanders, they would sit together like this. Me and my general, you and your generals, we gonna fight tomorrow, dude. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's ride. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's
What they turn?
calm as hell.
Stand there, you know, they come in March, look at each other.
If ain't no deal, mate. Yeah. But having an unstable vehicle, have that conversation, it helps. And then again, like even if you talk about having, you know, the youngers and the older ones, and not saying that you're old,
I'm there.
Don't put him there.
I'm there.
But being able to
wise.
Exactly.
That's wise.
I know.
I
still can get down. I still can get down with
real man reading the scriptures got me looking at age differently, man.
Oh
because like these dudes was doing stuff, and I'm like, you wasn't 40 until
right.
Like,
you started at 40.
Yeah, like Moses, like man, there's like Samson was like, I was like, yo, you was doing what? And you was still what age? Oh no, I need to treat my body right. Like if I do this thing the right way and I get some favor, I might be able to shoot. Niggas was fighting when they was 60. Man, Maccabees was fighting. He was
Just getting started.
Man, a new chapter.
Gotta sit on the bed for 10 minutes first.
The Bible hit on like it's never the seed. It's always the soil. So the word of God is never wrong.
Right.
The word of God is never presented in the wrong time. Anytime the word of God is presented, or the truth is presented, or the light is presented, you know, it may be, you know, hey, it may be my heart. My heart may be a little hard.
Right.
So a lot of times when we have these differences, you know, or these conflicts and views and different stuff, it's really because of the experience and the knowledge that we possess. Y'all two knowledge and experience may be a little different, but just to humble yourself and honor and respect, allow a friendship and a relationship to be cultivated to where we sitting here now.
For sure. Welcome to the mothership.
Welcome to the mothership. Hey, man. As you see, this is already high level conversation right here. I do want to ask y'all about some things, though. You know what I mean? There's just a lot going on. Like when I mentioned distractions and all that, there's a lot going on now. And we were talking about like culture. What I do want to expand on what we were talking about like before, you know, we jumped on. When it comes to the culture as you see it, in an election year and with the whole Diddy stuff going on, like just as a nation, as like not just black folks, you know what I'm saying, but just what we are seeing
as a nation
in this year.
It's division.
You know what I'm saying?
It's division.
Our culture, boy. They're
What?
trying to simulate.
No, I'm saying it's happening though. Like
We got so many different fronts of division in America, which is you know, a nation divided against itself shall fall. So
America,
I think we planted all the seeds for the destruction of America, basically. And these countries know it. They just
that's what I was hoping somebody would say, man.
You know what I mean? They know it's inevitable.
The other
currency.
Looking.
I mean, they created the currency on the debt-based system, which is
they here.
Let's talk about it. What do you mean they here?
Man, them other countries here.
Oh, they here.
They owning all types of they
they might have to leave.
They ain't gonna have to leave.
Let us destroy ourselves.
Oh no, they ain't gonna leave because we are a consumer based economy. So as long as they can get what we have, they gonna stay here. You know, this is the thing, man. You know, Matthew, when you know the disciple Matthew, you know, when he was working with the Romans, you know, he asked him like, bro, like, should we go to war with them? Should we just go over and just destroy them and conquer them? He said, nah, bro, we ain't gotta go to war. But what you do is you invoke the internal mindset of your people onto their people. So you gonna conquer them, not physically, but once you conquer them mentally, you'll keep them under control for generations after generations.
Propaganda.
You see what I'm saying? So if I can control the way you think, if you can idolize me, idolize what I have.
For lack of knowledge, my people are destroyed.
Exactly. So if you don't know who you are, bam, if you don't know who you are as a person, if you don't know that you've chosen, if you don't know that your people are chosen, you're going to try to emulate what you think success is.
Or what's told you there.
Or what you told success is. What you told, who you told that you are. And then they say, you know, boy, you being controlled.
Right.
You being controlled.
Like you were talking about, you a total representation of something that was given to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't even realize, like, you don't even know why you act the way you do. And that's the part that really pisses me off. Is the like everything we've gone through has been overt that we know of. But when you learn about the covert stuff, the think tanks, what is like when we really grasp what a think tank is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that they have think tanks dedicated to us.
Dollars that they're putting into,
just for niggas to think about us. You know what I'm saying? Like when we really take that in and really take in what has been administered to us as a people, it makes you have a fire. It makes you want to challenge. It makes you want to find that narrow path and be like, yeah, this is better. You know what I mean? But in the midst of all of that, when you looking around and you see what all these different fronts of division, is like, y'all are terrible. This is so terrible.
That's the propaganda we fought people, you know.
But we fought all these years to belong in a place that's about to crumble in itself just because of going against its own values. That most of the time when America's values have to be upheld is when we're calling them out. And now for after how many years has it been since the 60s? Where we at? 80, 70. So for 7,
almost
that's
80.
when heroin hit first and then crack.
There you go. Yep. Blue match. But
that's probably when they understood the power of it, though. Because you know, you had back on the heroin, you had them niggas was getting like. You had some wealthy black folks, you know what I'm saying? You had the Italian mob, you had some of the mobs in on it, but the government wasn't really getting their cut.
They didn't know yet.
That's why I kind of like tell folks on the marijuana, you know, that once they legalized it, the whole game changed. You know what I'm saying? You took out a whole lot of money out the streets for one. You know what I'm saying? And then now you can kind of keep an eye on it. You can
it's easier to spot now.
Oh yeah, they produce, they put it, they you know, they supplying it. You know what I'm saying? And so
it's real.
Putting fentanyl in the streets.
Putting fentanyl in the street. And that's like they want you to sell it, then they're gonna arrest you for selling it, then they're gonna take it and put it right back on the street.
Just like
they're gonna recycle it.
Yeah, just like they legalized marijuana, but you smoke weed in your car, you get pulled over. You get it. You get ticked. So it's like they're getting you on both ends. But this is the thing. Man, they sat back for decades and they thought we can't keep weed from being present in areas. So what do? Legalize it. We get our cut. We want our cut.
As long as Shaq Dog is still breathing, these niggas gonna keep legal.
As long as tax is legal, the church is cool.
What you think of with Snoop stopping the smoke?
No, I'm just saying he was the biggest proponent for it. That they was probably sitting back like, nah, I don't want to legalize it yet. That nigga make another song. We gonna have to legalize it. He got this smoking by the pound.
What you was saying about how we fought so hard to be part of something that's about to crumble.
Yeah.
It was gonna crumble anyway, because when you start recognizing the truth and you start walking in truth, anything built on a lie is gonna have to be sacrificed. So anything in y'all life, man, like once you start walking in truth, everything that you ever built on a lie it's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
You know, the truth will cost you everything built on a lie. Just like a lie will cost you everything built on the truth. So when you start walking in your purpose, when you start walking in your calling, when you start walking on the ultimate will of the Most High, you know, everything is gonna start highlighting. You're gonna get uncomfortable. You're gonna shake up some stuff. It's part of it, man.
And like you said about losing stuff during that period, you gonna lose stuff that you may have gained during the periods where you weren't. You know what I'm saying? And you might think it to be like you can't hold on, and you know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta learn to make room for the new, and you gotta understand the ability to know how to detach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everything ain't yours and everything ain't gonna be yours.
Right.
But what's yours at the time and what's supposed to be yours is gonna be yours.
And like Pastor Rich say at our church, you know, some stuff you supposed to be given. You know what I'm saying? If you giving blessed with something, you got to be able to boom get that back to them. You know what I'm saying?
But and this has been my hang up even with churches, that even with the local churches. I wish that instead of like for 1 month, don't collect money. I know you got enough savings. Don't collect money. Collect non-perishable food items from every family each Sunday and each Wednesday. And I promise you, just hold on to it, because if something happens to where we got to take care of each other.
You know,
don't take it. We can't be in line. And that past the such and such and Walmart talking about we gotta get a ticket because you gotta push the button and do the thing. I'll be pissed if I'm there too.
No, I'm there with you, because I do feel like we do try to do a lot more outside when we have people in reach of us that are hurting. We got people in reach of us that are struggling. You know, and we looking for people to. You know, when we got plenty of people.
The problem is we want the blessing to come to us instead of becoming the blessing. It don't take much of us to actually do it. Jesus changed the world with 12. You know what I'm saying? With 12.
One of them was against.
I mean, maybe with 6 of us.
Man, I don't know.
One had to fulfill his part, I guess. He did. He had to
play his role still again.
It was him, but being able to know that it's coming. It's one of those things where you have to be able to discern. That's one of the things I'm talking about too. You have to be able to discern what's going on, how it's going on, and how to move about. That's why a kingdom mindset or a kingdom view of different things is important. And I say that because Rico Suave, look, put the camera on. Look.
Oh,
you.
Oh no, I'm looking at the comments, bro. I just saw the comments. He said, "Look at the flicks." No, bro, I don't like to do that.
That's all right, brother. That's all right. Poke them up.
Yeah.
No, they
I should have wore a white shirt.
Well, I tell you the truth. Oh, man. I tell you the truth.
Yo, so I want to ask y'all something though, because we was talking about like being able to give it up, being able to deal with anything built on a lie. Like, how do y'all individually deal with loss? How do y'all go about it? Not just loss of something that's valuable, loss of something you highly value. Like, how do you deal with of loss as a man, as a black man in the South. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else? Like, because y'all don't like I'm real deal. I'm from Michigan, so I know that there's a different type of pride in black men in the Midwest and the West, but in the South it's a different type. So like, how do you deal with loss?
Yeah, I know how I don't deal with loss well. I'll be honest with you.
Man, come on. All right, I just want to see who's gonna be honest with me. That's it.
You know, I'm gonna be honest.
Swear.
I honestly don't deal with loss well, and the reason why is because, man, my heart is so huge. Mm-hmm. So when I work for something or I go out for something, man, I don't know nothing but 100, man. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So when I'm striving and chasing and pursuing, I'm giving it all that I got. Mm-hmm. So when I realized that giving all I got was not enough to maintain, sustain, or keep it, man, it hurts. But I'm in a season now to where I'm understanding that even though you took a loss, you didn't fail. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The only failure is not is accepting that loss as the final destination, and that's not the end of the story, bro. So no matter what is lost, man, as long as you keep chasing, pursuing, and that's what I had to do. I had to line myself up with God, bro. I was lining myself up with everything but God. But when I start lining myself up with God and saying, God, like, all my gifts, I'm giving it back to you. You know, everything that I have, everything that I'm good at, I'm giving it back. I'm using it to exalt you. And when I started lining myself up with God, man, God started blessing me with everything that He already had under His umbrella. So that's paper, that's peace. That's security. That's that grace. That's that ultimate grace. So when I started lining myself up with God, man, it started making loss a little easier because instead of being so captivated by the product, I was captivated by the producer. So you know, now you know it's a season that I'm growing in it, and I know God is going to allow me to mature more in it. But I do have a full understanding of it. It's just a matter of walking it out. You know, just being able to walk it out.
And that's one thing you gotta going through it, and it is one of the best things. You know, as you say, walking it out, and like we all kind of take a loss badly, whether it be I think stock 401k, whether it be financial, it can be a loss of life. We all take them one way. I'm learning, and I'm trying to make sure I can get used to the spirit of detachment. Not necessarily the spirit of detachment, but knowing to let things go, because what comes, what goes. And I'm cool with it. But my goal is, if I can do anything, I want to touch it just a little bit brighter. Because the Virgo in me wants to, but before he leaves, it's gonna be a little bit better. So, or it's gonna say that it was touch, or it's gonna remember me, whether it be a soul, whether it be a puppy or a dog or something to the next. I just want everything that they come in contact with me to have a good remembrance of what I can try to embrace into their life. So, knowing that I can deposit something, that's how I know that I can leave, or let things, go as they come and go, because I know I'm giving out as much as I can to. So I take that. If something leaves, I'll take that.
My gosh, man, for me, it's been seasons, kind of seasons of overflow, seasons of like not enough. You know what I'm saying? And so, really, what's helped me, it's been going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about, like losing. You know what I'm saying? Like being in times of one, I guess, in a situation, in a way to say it, but it's also kind of built spiritual and certain type of characteristics.
It does. It's the best thing that can happen always after you look back at it.
Yeah, because I know for a while during seasons of overflow, we start to get molded by our success and by our accomplishments and by, what I'm saying, like our status, what I'm saying? So, I've been kind of like knocked down pedigrees, what I'm saying, and had to kind of
humble.
And be more of a bottom man and be more you know what I'm saying, and be okay with that.
Yeah.
And
Acceptance.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But also acknowledging the power that is still,
Thanks.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also being in the expectation of way more, you know what I'm saying? And so that, you know what I'm saying, gives me that, you know what I'm saying, like I ain't what I had, I can get, you know, I know more ways, you know what I'm saying? People that get rich, you know what I'm saying, it's one thing to hit the lotto and lose it, but it's another thing to know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? And so once you make money and know how to make it, I might lose it. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know what I mean? And so
those losses, man, like you learn much more in a loss than you ever do in success.
Sure do.
You know, because it builds that character and it builds that resiliency. And like I said, man, for me, like I literally had to find out, like, what is God trying to teach me in this season? You know, what is He requiring of me? What is He telling me? And it really highlighted. It highlighted a lot
stuff in you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So in that time when have all of us been able to distinguish a change of season in your life? Yeah, because sometimes it just happens, and you look on the hindsight and be like,
and like you were talking about the eclipse, I don't know if y'all are there with me, but I'm feeling the shift. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened that the eclipse kind of, you know what I mean? Like, but it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of stuff that it's time to, you know, like it's definitely a shift going on.
It's all on timing, man.
Definitely a shift in consciousness, a shift in powers, you know, and it's gonna get shaken up. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna look. We don't. I mean, I can't. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
But I'm also like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was asking what y'all thought about just the country, because it's like, I feel like after the eclipse, or once the eclipse hit, I started to just notice. And plus, we've already been seeing, this is the hottest, this is the coldest, this is never been. But then, like I just started seeing that shift start to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just curious now with all these different fronts of division. You know what I mean? Like with this shift going on, also that we can tell is happening in like maybe the consciousness or whatever we want to put the term on it. How do we feel like we still got an election to do? You know what I'm saying? Like it seems so. So
it's definitely a climax to whatever that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. But one of the things that I've been noticing since, you know, I say 9/11, you know, it's been slow and steady. It really has been speeding up the last, you can say, give or take a couple hundred days. So, I would say 500 days, because if you pay attention every week, it's two different kinds of news breakdowns. So I pay attention to
we become numb to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a society. It's like expected for something. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
now Israel done got attacked.
And
that's what's going on. Now the Olympics is going on, and then now the people talking about they ain't gonna let it's getting real. You know, how can I say? If you got the playbook, such as the Bible, you know, and if you know how to manipulate what people gonna read, then you're gonna act on that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what people gotta be able to discern is what's really going on versus what they really try to play that's going on.
I do tell people that as well, because they have all of the emotions and all. It's way too popular. You know what I mean? Like the train of thought and just if anybody that's on social media, you know, I got cousins and they send me stuff and. You know,
it's everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. But
everybody's mind is in like 5 different directions now. And I've just that distraction mindset of like no one has enough to focus on one thing. You know what I mean? And like it used to be where you focused on, even if you had 2-3 things or whatever, you could accomplish them in totality. You know what I mean? But now it just seems like
if you want to get something done, give it to a busy man. man that's always moving, always gonna have something to do. He always gonna get your shit done. Not gonna even be late. Instead of giving it to a man who ain't gonna be too busy doing anything
going on.
he ain't get too gonna procrastinate. He got some other shit going on. You know? But give it to a busy man.
Yeah,
right. You want to get some movement going.
I mean, I can say that personally. You know what I'm saying? When I wasn't busy, he wasn't getting nothing to count. What you doing? I got shit, but I ain't get nothing done. You know, you look back 2, 3, 4 years sometimes during certain gaps. I'm like, what did I do? Where was I?
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying?
Go so fast.
You do.
And that's, I guess that's just part of it, man. By the time you realize it, damn, how much more years I got to really enjoy myself? Because I gotta work for this. I gotta work for this.
Yeah.
Boom, another 5 years went by.
Put yourself
damn, I gotta do this, But the kids got this one. Boom, another 10 years went by. Golly,
That's one of my fears.
Yeah.
You go ahead, guys.
I was gonna say that, man. The world wants you to focus on your momentary emotions.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that capitalizing off emotionalism is trill, man. Because if I can wrap you in your feelings, immediate feelings, because we know for one thing that your feelings is always gonna change. But guess what? If I can get you to perform a permanent play in your temporary feelings, then I'm gonna forever keep you in prison because I'm always gonna cater to what you feeling right now. So you have people walking around saying, like, I'm a slave to my feelings. Like, if I feel this, or I'm living my truth. But the thing about it is, man, if my truth ain't lining up with God's truth, then one of us out of pocket. 9 times out of 10, it ain't him. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man. So when you tell people that they something and they're able to identify themselves as what you're telling them, you're leading them away from who they really are. But when you line yourself up and you consistently stay in the word, you may drift and be like, yeah, man, I feel like this. The Bible says, or God says, I'm this, but I'm not feeling that way. But you always gonna come back to, and when you understand
knowing it on the inside, regardless of how you feel and what's going on, and having to be humble, but still a reassurance.
My sheep know my voice.
Your faith,
because we fall into that. Really, we say, thy will be done, but really it's my will be done.
Yeah, that's what we want.
It's thy will be done as long as your will line up with what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so to your point, I feel like that's what a lot of the Christian church did. They kind of like conditioned people to just the faith. You know what I'm saying? That being, if you believe, you'll believe saved,
what you believe.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it covers everything.
Yeah,
you ain't got to worry about nothing.
To feel like they have that sense of, you know what I mean, and that lack of
that propaganda.
They quote Tupac. Only God can judge me.
Tupac.
They didn't got played.
It's not in the Bible.
Tupac is not in the Bible.
No. But then we got the sexy reds, and then the as people would say, do you think, say entertainment, or let's say culture reflects society? What's that quote?
Yeah. Society reflects life, and life reflects society. Well, like art reflects life.
Art reflects life. Yeah, art reflects life.
But I feel like it's only a sector now. Like we only get a small, narrow sector of what life is, of whether it is the experience of blackness, whether it's the experience of being a woman, whether it's the experience of being a man, whether it's the experience of being able to identify, like our experience of the LGBTQ community, like what they show us, and this is real. What they show us and what you see on the internet makes you argumentative. Like makes you want to be like, oh no, wait a minute. But when you actually meet people in real life, it's like, oh, I'm only getting a sector. So I feel like everything has been sectioned off. Like we used to know Republicans watch Fox News, the Democrats watch MSNBC, but now it's a sector for everything. Oh, you're a black male? Oh, I got an algorithm for you. I got an algorithm for you. Oh, you're a black male, you have a son? I got an algorithm for you. Like, and it's this box based on just you. I'm on so many like little crazy lists. They don't know what to advertise to me. I'm getting AARP ads. Like, they don't know what to advertise. All the shit I'm Googling, they do not want. They like, man, got nothing for this.
Algorithm is just
I be seeing the Fonz talking to me. I gotta skip you, Fonz.
You know, and even when you're saying how the algorithm, the propaganda that comes about, that's what I really don't care for, because it's been perpetuated to many cultures and to many other people. You know, to us. You know, to even to our own, you know, nieces and nephews, these little kids. You know, that this is what a black woman is supposed to like. This is what a black man's supposed to do. This is, you know, the entertainment side of it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, no, just because I wear a skimpy outfit, I'm not a hooker or a hoe. And all you're right, you just may be right. But
you just fit the description.
God, man, you fit the goddamn. You fit the description.
You have on a uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
You got on the uniform. I seen the clip today that I shared on Facebook. It was the best thing I seen. It was a lady who said it. She said, I don't go to a real estate agent's page, scroll through their page, see that they sell houses, and then inbox them about buying a car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's all you got on your page, that's what you're preparing. That's what you're
Perpetuating.
You sell fast. Like,
Yeah.
see?
I got you back.
That's you perpetuating yourself fast, and that's what people going you know, look at you as. So now we got a generation of little girls who out there talking about my buddy how pain and play her brow, whatever. And they little dancing, you know, these little girls. And give or take 10, 15 years, if you start seeing people start to be more aggressive towards young black women, I mean, they done seen this on the internet. They're sexually aggressive. They're sexually aggressive.
And that's really what they hoping happens.
It's a bad thing.
They need something to justify the desire of our children.
Yeah.
Because that off the set with Nickelodeon, or if you're going to talk about Diddy, or if you want to talk about the movie industry, like there's a fascination with kids. Epstein, there's a fascination with children where the sexualization of it is going to get them to a point where they can justify openly sexualizing and making kids.
That's definitely on their list.
It's being too normalized.
They condition us.
Any kid that get on TV, you got to touch them.
Yeah.
Why? What are you trying to condition him to project out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so what do? You get kids to act more grown. You know what I'm saying? And then you got adults that still
just go with it.
And then you got overly sexual, promiscuous kids. So when they doing stuff at a young age, they doing stuff that we did in our 20s. They doing it in their teens and early teens. So now, so now when they get older and then they get into, you know, the world and they try to formulate relationships, they're not receiving any gratification because I've been doing this since I was a little kid. So now you got the let's try it. So now you got the real push of homosexuality.
And you get the experiment.
Because
you already you've been doing this.
You know what I'm saying? And that's huge because, man, we don't understand. Let me not say we don't understand. We fail to realize how important sex is when it comes to fusing together a couple put together by God. You know what I'm saying? So we minimize the sexual interaction because guess what? We see sex all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We see sex all the time.
It's desensitized.
It's so desensitized. So now when kids think sex, they're like, oh, that's no big deal. Everybody's having sex. But we don't realize, like, Fred Flintstone and Wilma slept in separate beds because they didn't want to introduce kids to that content of a man and a woman sleeping in the bed together. But now, and I'm a tread. now, you know, we it's so in your face to the point where it's almost ridiculous to see that's your mama and your daddy and they together. You know what I'm saying? It's a foreign situation to the point where it conditions our kids to accept things outside of God's will as things being right.
Right.
So
now that goes to something that you was talking about earlier about the family structure, because you brought up God's will, and I wholeheartedly believe, because this is just me, because anybody who know me know, you know, I'm a little bit, you know, boy. But with that being said, it's gonna come a time where, you know, the family structure among black people, you know, that believe also that Jesus walked on water and believes that he rose on the third day and believe he died on the cross for sins, don't have also have to decide, you know, how much of the other stuff are you going to put up with?
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to have to make the decision.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know how, and you think it's just going to be, I'm a vote. Then I voted. Done it over with. Sometimes it's the acceptance that go along with that. It's sometimes the songs that you sing along with it. It's all kind of backwards go around. And that people may say, well, answer. It's always some senators. It is definitely some always senators out there. But one thing you got to do is stay covered. And you ain't going to be no covered food. You know what I'm saying? So you pay attention. Use wisdom. Entertainment is an easy target. It is easy. We can point at Sexy Red and we can point at Diddy. We can point at like these entertainers and stuff. But it's these the subconscious planters that really is getting us the systematic oppressives and the systematic like deterrences that really, you know, you don't even know nothing about the cuz that you just you know, you just voted in. Man. We don't even know how did he vote historically. Man. Do he wear Jordans with everybody? You know what I'm saying? But you see, those the type of stuff that we really need to start diving in. And I do have disagreements with some people sometimes when they be like, you gonna vote, and I'm like, no. Well, why not? I'm not voting because I'm not educated. I'm not educated on these people. And I would be doing myself a disservice, you know, if I did vote for somebody that I was uneducated about.
I want to ask something. I want to just jump in real quick. I just want to ask this, Mom. How did y'all feel as black men about, you know, Kamala Harris running, and how did you feel about your freedom to speak out in that moment about politics or about even about me against Democrats when you have the first black female vice president running and everything? How did that make you feel? And I'll start off because I know this is a very but I felt stifled because at the same time you want to be supportive, you want to be factual, and when you trying to speak to your blast, when you trying to speak about on matter,
when you point out the facts,
but they're facts that matter and are really pertinent to right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people aren't hearing you, and then they want to shun you a little bit based on a fact. And you know what I'm saying? Like, because
we kind of like it's all come to programming. Like what's his name? Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they tell us how to. You know,
and said it with confidence too.
Because he got that much confidence in his niggas. Yeah, he do. I don't think it's gonna fly this coming time, but we're gonna see how it play about. But what you saying was how, not necessarily how it would play out. See, I forgot.
How did you feel like while a black woman was running for VP?
So initially, you know, when Trump was just making headlines for being the racist motherfucker, you know, when he had filled stadiums for having these wild protests, motherfuckers getting kicked out of protests, getting hit and jobs. I said, this man racist as hell. I did. I said, ain't no way in the world, because he's talking about I'll pay for your legal fees and all that. I said, ain't no way. I said, ain't no way. But, you know, even then, looking back at it now, I was looking at how the media was portraying it. So they got this man going wild. I said it wasn't always wild everywhere. Of course, it's gonna be out there in the back where where people get carried out anyway. You close to the exit, so you ready to get the hell out of there because you don't know what the hell gonna happen. Secret Service might get you. So right. But even then, how it's kind of perpetuated. So my ideas with Kamala, I really liked to begin with until I started studying, right? When she first, and I made a post about it, and I even deleted that post because it pissed me off. Because after I realized that she was getting parents locked up for truancy, I was like, damn. Under her laws, my mama would have been locked up, you know. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Got to do with this.
You know what I got to do with this. My mama was already at work, and she didn't get off. Man, you know what I'm saying? She didn't get off till 8 in the morning. I had to get my brothers up to go to school. You know know what I'm saying? If I missed the bus, I had to walk. I had to get somebody to come get me to take me to school. So that's why I was kind of late. I always thought it was so crazy, but they didn't understand that. But under her laws, my mom would have been, but my brothers was in school on time. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk out of the 7th grade. I had a teacher named Miss Gray, Miss Goodlow. I used to walk out of the classroom and they said, Anson, where are you going? I said, I need to go to call Riverside, make sure my brothers got on the bus. Because I had to make sure they got on the bus too. Mm-hmm. And so I called Riverside and they said, yeah, your brothers are here. I say, cool. And so then I started doing my homework and all things like that. But under her laws, my mom would have been locked up because I was trying to be a big brother. You see what I'm saying? It's some BS. Yeah. Okay, so I started deleting that bitch on my page. And then once I seen the thing about, what's her name? Ketanji Brown Jackson, Love it. We all support her because she's black. She's the first one to do it, and we all get hyped up on that symbolism real quick without doing the research to find out that lady let dudes go who had child porn on their computers. She didn't give them time in jail. She didn't give them no arrest. She said you got, just probation for 18 months kind of shit. And these are people who had porn of little kids on their computer. And
really? That's real?
Yeah. Yeah, Ketanji Brown Jackson was doing that. She was doing that first. So why you think that's on the Supreme Court?
Can you pull that up?
Pull it up.
Can you pull that up? Is that possible? Everything's possible on the mothership.
Yeah,
all right. So
you can Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Ketanji, we boy.
Yeah.
Spell that.
C-O-N.
No, that ain't C. See, they gonna get you for that. You gotta spell it right. Yeah, put some respect on her name. She's Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Pull up China. Hey, all right. So while we looking for it, like keep going. Like,
okay, but even then, when I liked Kamala, I was seeing how she was doing, how she was locking up people.
Yeah.
Same thing as Biden became, the nominee. I was like, oh, ain't no way in hell. This boy did the crime bill. So I already done looked at what he did. I was surprised when Obama picked his ass. So I said, I'm thinking Obama about to make this man eat that crow that he wrote us off on a damn crime bill. And they was up there hugging each other, talking about this is a big effing deal. So, with deals they made with other countries and shit. Yeah, Purple Heart was so crazy. Yeah. There it is. Oh, yeah, that was it. Oh, yeah. Take that. Okay. So, anyway, I was watching how, he was doing a lot of his tactics, too, even when it comes to what he was saying about black men. If you have a piece of crack rock, you should serve X amount of time. Mm-hmm. Now your son, I got to be your son with more than that. Weighing it on a skate, and then told him, "No, bitch,
not a regular scale. That was a skate. That was a skate. Passionately,
Hunter Biden got the skates.
Bring it over a little bit. I can't see it.
In Washington, I kind of like
Ketanji. Oh, that's how you spell it. Ketanji, forcefully defended. Allegations been too lenient in sex cases. Yeah.
How you spell her name?
Ketanji.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna look up.
Wow. Well, oh yeah, keep it. We don't look it up. But when it came to you speaking out about Kamala, and when you did see facts, what reaction did you receive?
I'm trying to bring black women down and trying to do the first thing ever. How dare could I call her chameleon? Because that's what she is. She was blending in. First, she was black.
Damn it. You called her what?
I called her chameleon. Chameleon Harris. Chameleon Harris. She was black. Then she was Jamaican. Then she West Indian. And now she Jewish. I think she did something for Drew Holiday or her husband Jewish.
Married. Married.
Yeah. I mean, this bitch a little bit of every goddamn thing.
Oh, chameleon hair.
She the rainbow flag herself.
Like, all right. Did you?
I mean, you got situations like that. I thought I had to face disown me.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened to me. People call me all kind of coons.
Trump,
man. Trump. Yeah, if you ain't one, you the other.
He's racist all over.
Like you said, I mean, I assumed he was racist, like from some of the bits that they kind of posted about him.
Mm-hmm.
He don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? We can't have a president like this. And then, I kind of saw that he didn't really broke people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's strictly about the money. You know what I'm saying? So broke white folks, broke black folks, you know what I'm
Think
saying?
about
The
that.
Mexicans, you know what I'm saying? Y'all messing up our money.
Exactly.
He literally was trying to make America great.
Yeah.
And I live in America, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, this guy may not be that bad, at least for right now. He's the best we got.
Exactly.
You know, and like, you fool! You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's been like that on a few different topics, you know what I'm saying? Like, you mentioned some people that's been told their whole life that they the Gentiles, you know.
You know, I debate with people right now. I got a thread going on right now. I'm trying to convince you are it, and they ain't them. But they don't believe. They don't believe. No, because you've been so much that you ain't it, and so you just disassociate.
So what you think it'll take to get them to believe it, for it to click?
I think that's just.
You know, I can tell you exactly what it's gonna take. I can quote it in the Bible.
All right.
It's gonna be Ezekiel 37.
Ezekiel 37.
Valley of dry bones. When all the bones start clicking together, and he say, "Then you will know that I'm your God."
Mm-hmm.
They gonna be some dry bones.
Yeah.
They gonna be some dry bones.
That was good.
Nah,
How was your experience with the as being a black man that likes facts and logic, and I know you do your research. So when Kamala was running and you're a black man, there's a black woman, and you know what I'm saying, how was the reception to your views?
First, man, I love the display, but I was always skeptical because they not finna put somebody trill in position of power.
Yes.
One thing happened, one thing go wrong, and now she running the country. They gonna be kind of, they gonna be hesitant about that. So what I started doing was, and I'm peeping at how she moving. She got the chucks and the pearls and the heels and the Timbs and different things. Those are things that are culturally, quote unquote, culturally representative of us. So that's how she want to identify with us. And then when I turned around and found out that she was an AKA, and then so now you got the sisters on board now. So they're falling in love with the presentation of who she is, without the desire, assuming that she possesses the capacity and the capability to run that situation from a sister standpoint. But in truth and all actuality, and this is what took it for me. Bro, when I look and see who you married to, because who is going to be our biggest, is black men who are going to be our biggest advocates. Black women. So and the same thing for us. We have to advocate for our wives. We have to advocate for our shoulders. We have to advocate for our sisters, our mamas. So when somebody comes to me and they ask me about my women, I'm gonna holler at my women. What do y'all want me to say? So now
we have to talk about that on the mayors and congressmen on the show. Like, we talking about politics and
So now this is her most intimate relationship. This is her most trusted relationship. This is her most influential relationship. So now when you have aspects to make a decision or to represent a man, you not finna represent a black man. You finna go to this, you finna go to your man, and your man gonna give you the perspective from his experiences, his knowledge, and his belief, which a lot of times are completely not in line with ours. So I just couldn't get down. So when I say, bro, I was...
But check this. Ain't it sad that we are just so naive and that we just I mean, because just think about, they did the same thing with COVID. You know what I'm saying? With COVID, they started putting out rappers. They had Juvenile. When you vax that thing up, when you vax that, I'm like, oh no.
He still ain't told us how much he got paid to do that.
I mean, if you couldn't spot that from a mile away,
they was giving away everything. Krispy Kreme, Shake Shack, goddamn Wendy's.
I'm in the back like, look at this. When Biden want to get representation or support from the Jewish community, He's going to bankers. He's going to lawyers. He want to get support in the Caucasian community. He's going to doctors and different things. Same thing with the Asians and different things. He's going to prestigious professions and people who have powerful influence. When he come to us, that man went to Cardi B
and her nails.
And what's the dude's name?
Appeal to the black mass.
Charlemagne.
Who we got to appeal to the black mass?
Cardi B.
And them niggas gonna watch it too.
I
mean, it's working.
But who else is prominent enough to where we can? Ice Cube was sitting down with Trump, and we vilified him to death. So who else is like? I'll step up next.
Like Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? There be a lot of stuff he say.
I don't like that.
I mean, but just because you don't like somebody, don't mean
it's still true. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? You got the right to not like him. I mean,
but he do be spitting facts about.
But he do be bringing some stuff up to be like, hey, you know, like.
What you don't like about Charleston White?
He brags about being a rapist, and that just.
Really?
Yeah, he feel like it's okay because they was white, but it's just. But my thing is, at that point, I'm past that, bro. Like.
If you say wow,
like you brag about raping women.
I take back my comments. You know what I'm saying? We're not supporting them. But I'm just saying some of the stuff he say,
yeah.
You know,
But it's just that the wrong vessel. You know what I mean? Like, it's the wrong vessel. Like, nah, bro.
Look at it like this, and I'm not advocating anything that because I really don't know that sector of Charleston White. You know, one thing that he said that I do agree with.
Charleston White brags about raping white girls.
Was they? He said they mad or they wanna come at him about his presentation. But you got rappers for several decades with the raunchiest, most negative presentation, and they the most influential people in the black community.
Right.
And then you turn around and you have him like you know he kicking knowledge. Now I ain't I'm not advocating. I'm not advocating. You know, but a lot of his views and even just with us how we chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We all have different deliveries and we have different presentations. But we have a common goal. And through our differences, the circular ultimate goal that we have is what's gonna help us cover the map when it comes to people that we can reach. Because people gonna be like, man, hold on, they got Carrick, Wayne, Anson, B, and Pox, chopping it up. But see, they don't know that, we have relationships outside of sitting at
Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Outside of
multiple layers. You know what I'm saying?
And it helps, and it's for a reason. Both of y'all said something that I want to hit on. Is this Charleston White thing playing?
Yeah, playing right now.
Okay, cool. So
okay, he looked like he about to say something.
He about to say yeah.
That's exactly what he gonna say. So how you said once the black ladies found out that she was an AKA, that was kind of head over heels for him. But you'll be surprised how many people will put these organizations or these fraternities, these frats, these secret organizations, whatever they want to be called, they'll put this ahead of God. I mean, there are people dedicated to that before that. If God asks them, who do you serve, aka Jesus, they'll have a hard time choosing that. Is it a Mason or Jesus? They have a hard time choosing that here.
They pledge knows, you know what I mean?
They know who they really serve.
I went through the I went through the beginning stages of,
white girls, not white girls. White girls trained on white girls. Okay. That was great.
Yeah, real quick.
Because we never got permission. Okay. Nobody gets permission when you running trains. She don't know she fit to fuck 5 niggas. She thinks she just fit to fuck me. But she don't know it's some more niggas saying, hey man, leave the door open. Let me come on in. We didn't have one-on-one sex, nigga, growing up. How do you find out if a girl really like you? And when we was growing up, you try to run a train on her. And if she say no, then that's how you know she gonna be your girlfriend. She ain't a flipper. That's how we picked our girls. Every girl had to get pressured for this. Nigga, that was rape. Now that I've studied law and I work in the juvenile system, and I went in the juvenile system and understand what we was doing. Coercion is rape. Having her come over and get her drunk, intending to sleep with her is rape. We don't know that, but we raping.
Yeah, right. Picking up early.
When she get to the college and she start messing with the older senior, get over her and get her drunk. It's rape.
You knew what you
Yeah, I
wanted.
know what y'all was doing.
When you pull up on her at the club, at the bar, nigga trying to get her drunk to go home with her, that's rape.
Hey, you already knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
But just because I don't say it like
As soon
that,
as you like the picture.
nigga, we all done raped
But
before.
you were saying-
This is a rape culture, hip hop. This is a
Didn't
violent.
last long.
bro.
Didn't last long. In there a few days, and you start seeing like, hold on,
Yeah.
they want us to do what? Oh, you have to run in the field, book
Yeah.
naked, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, they gotta get you gotta get one naked and get a woman.
Yeah.
And then, man,
Who whooping
honestly,
you?
bro, those things, man, those things are not of our culture.
No, they not.
We assimilated with their
Yeah.
doxologies
Mhm.
and things when it comes to their secret societies and everything, and we've immediately become Europeanized.
Mhm.
We assume
It's another Hellenization,
Exactly.
like you said in the book. You know what I mean? Like they gave their ways over to Greece.
To the
you know
ways
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
heathen.
Yes. So it's the same thing with it's the same thing with the Diddy situation, bro. It's the same thing with the Diddy situation.
You think he was just trying to get down with what they was on?
Well, when you see success and you want that success, you assimilate.
You
I say
You
Diddy
copy
Diddy
paste
was
what you
just
see.
where they was having the parties at. He was just saying, "Hey, dude, y'all come on my house."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. I mean, I ain't.
No, Diddy was in it.
Diddy was definitely in it. But I'm saying it's
have
a
to
big circle.
We do have to
Somebody
acknowledge
bringing the girls.
Because what they not
Somebody.
acknowledging is VH1 and MTV used to have whole shows based on his parties. Then he'll throw an all-white party and they'll tell you how much it all costs, who put it together, they got to do it on the lifestyle. Like a whole thing for him, and now they don't nobody know. No, nigga, I saw you on MTV.
Yeah.
It was there, nigga. What you mean?
He was having a good time.
Together.
Like LeBron, you said my parties was the best.
Y'all hear the leak?
Nah.
Audio leak.
Oh,
What?
No,
Oh, come on, bro. A lot of stuff can be AI too. It's hard to like real deal.
Let's
Another thing, man, you gotta understand, man. People will only deliver the information or the perspective that they want you to believe.
Yeah.
Man, people will always
knowledge.
Yeah.
That's why you know I seen somebody post that knowledge is power, right? I heard somebody say knowledge is power, and it's really not. And Big Gregory helped me understand that. It said applied knowledge is power. If you don't do nothing with it, you ain't got nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with it. So just having it and sitting on it don't mean nothing. What's the use of having a bookshelf if you ain't pick up a book?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the point of having a Bible if you only go pick it up on Sundays? You don't go read those 2-3 scriptures.
Or you not gonna do what it's saying.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it comes down to it. Yes, we all, we all fall short. However, there comes a time where you got to decide, what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be an adult.
But the thing is that we don't. Hold on. Right after this, we gonna listen to this audio. But the thing is, when they say we all fall short, there ain't nobody perfect. The same person that we talking about said there will be those after me that will do greater works. And that's the part we don't want to look at. He's expecting greater works. I ain't seen nobody walk on water.
Right.
So we gotta step up.
Right.
He said it will be greater works than I've done.
But you gotta understand what he means by greater work.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
but
no.
yeah.
You have to educate the people on what he means by greater works. See, Jesus' sole purpose was to deliver salvation, was to lead people to his Father. Jesus only lived 33 years, and his ministry wasn't active the full 33. So you got to understand, with us being disciples, ministers, vessels of God, our whole purpose of survival is to first ultimately uplift and exalt God, and through our love And through the love of God through us is to draw people and draw men nearer to God.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he means by greater works is he don't we ain't finna be tap dancing. No, just like we ain't finna be tap dancing and turning water into wine and this and that and this, but we gonna be drawing people. Those miracles that he performed was only for the doubters. The only for the ones that was kind of riding the fence or the ones that didn't know altogether. Because you got to think, man, Christianity or believing in the Most High was only subject to Jews.
Yeah, and I even want to add the fact that even I do think a time of great deception is coming because because even you said, how can they be so naive? God said He will allow His people to be food for a reason. And then He'll lift up the veil, but He's gonna allow you to be food for a reason. And sometimes once that starts opening up to you, be like, oh, I was food. It is easier to fool people than it is to convince them that they've been. You know what I'm saying? So it was more people upset that I talked about a shoes than they was affected that the only wore shoes around them. Ain't that crazy how that works? But that's just it. That's just it. And also not on something you said how I hate to say it's a generational thing. I think the last daggum generation that's gonna have to run it because generation after us is stuck on this. They stuck on this.
But they got our generation, and we got some kings in the mix that we kind of like. And to me, with it, because the average, like we'll just say like male, you know what I'm saying, is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Yeah. So if you got a certain group that's grooming strong, with the weak, it's gonna stand out more. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be ready for war.
Yeah.
And I forgot what book it was. There was some book I read said if you have a church, the best thing you have is army to go along with it. When I mentioned this every chance I get.
Hidden Colors also.
It was
First thing you do after the church is
build an army. Yeah, you got to. You got to have a military because who's gonna protect the people that's there? You know what I'm saying? And some people get so scared. Oh, I don't want to be around the gun. The gun probably best thing that's gonna protect. Especially that's why it's gonna have a hard time for different countries to take over here. They're never gonna act, but it's gonna have a hard time for them to take over here. And it was something you said compared to that. I was sitting on that.
You got the audio?
Yeah, What's audio? Who?
This is, I guess, leaked audio of P. Diddy and Meek Mill.
No, this they haven't said. What they call it? We got it. I just want to make that.
Screens,
I just want to make it apparent that it wasn't our choosing to put that shit up there. that was not our choosing to put that shit up there.
Paco interjection.
It's man, what they doing, bro? Like they completely stripping the black man of masculinity, man.
Okay, so let's talk solutions. Let's go. I mean, we all solution based.
Yeah, look. Y'all talk. Let me go use the bathroom real quick. But solutions. Solutions. Solutions.
It's
solutions. Which I mean, what are we on the right track? Are we making progress? Are we?
That depends on what matters we call. I know we was talking earlier about civil rights, and that whole fight been gone when Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson all them drunk Kool-Aid and they were satisfied when they were satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So if we're making progress, it's that we're all waking up.
Yeah.
And that we all may see the glory of the Lord one day. I think that's the best the progress that we've made. But when it comes to this earthly realm, we so far behind, it's going to take a miracle.
Yeah.
For us to be
that's why I think it says the least will be the greatest.
Yes, it's definitely, because it's definitely going to take him taking his hand.
It's got to be,
that right there.
In order for him to have his hand on something, it's got to be a situation like we talked about earlier, where you know, you was at that ledge about to fall off, and you know what I'm saying, like, and like we was talking about too, us as a people, we don't like to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we work on our own, you know what I'm saying, on our own will, you know, and it be fear, and it be like you constantly talking about like the perception of where you need to be, and you know, social media, you know what I'm saying, like looking at the best, everybody's best moments, you know, and you look at a frame, and
you know what they say about comparison, man. Comparison is the ultimate robber of joy.
Ain't it? Yeah.
So you know, you can't compare yourself
No.
to others, man. You're only supposed to compare yourself to who you was yesterday, or who you was at that particular or the last moment.
So what is the measure of perfection then?
Jesus Christ is the only measure of perfection.
But I'm as far as what we can do, because like this is my thing too. Christ broke it down further than just what the law was. You know, your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like
your thoughts are very important, but people don't.
But I'm saying is, if you think it, you already. You know what I'm saying? And so certain things
the Bible say focus on these things, whatever just, pure, of a good report. Think on these things. It's always telling you to focus on and meditate on these things.
But certain thoughts, you can't control all of your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get to the point. It does become out of habit and consistency. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
but you have to know also what to listen to too, because that's the best practice for your discernment. Is to how to listen, how to discern yourself. Because once you get to do that real good, everybody else will be a piece of cake.
Because it's a difference. Once you start, it's a difference between thinking something and then having the ability to recognize that I'm in a bad position.
So is that not a sin because you're able to recognize it? Because
sometimes God wants you to see that and bring it into life for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because now you recognize it. That's like somebody who chooses to go celibate. You know, there's this one post that if you go celibate, you must have been having a whole bunch of sex. Some people just want to just renew their vow with God. Some people just want to renew their body. Some people just want to be like, cool, I need to just kind of settle myself down because I want to be, because I done broke that vow, you know, that I could have with my marriage, with my wife, with my husband, whoever the case may be. But at the same time, I need to kind of prepare myself. So it's not necessarily
kind of like fasting.
Whether it be fasting or whatever it is, but you have to make that ultimate decision. That's where being an adult really kicks into place because you have to make a decision. You set your alarm to get up to work. Do you get up because you got to go to work? Do you get up because of the alarm, or do you get up because you got bills to pay? Or do you get up because your ass is disciplined?
But does it matter? If you're just getting up,
hell yeah,
it does matter.
Hell yeah,
because what if a situation or one factor could easily change? One factor that would determine. So even when you're talking about fasting, and he brought up celibacy, you know, there were biblical couples who fasted. So not only did they go 40 days and 40 nights without certain things, they went 40 days and 40 nights without sex. But then God said, as soon as your fast broke, hey, go lay what you have. You know what I'm saying? So God, so even though, you know, he understands our mind and he understands our work, but what we are ultimately blessed with is the opportunity for repentance. So where we recognize the sin, we recognize what's wrong, and we understand that like I have this relationship with God, so where I can go directly to Him, and He can help me work on this. Because if we ever receive we ever receive the curse of perfection, if we ever receive the curse of perfection, we'll lose sight of chasing God. Because we'll immediately.
And that's I think you explain what I'm basically trying to say. You know what I'm saying? What I'm thinking. I just hadn't been able to iterate it because a lot of it does become why you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to. The Pharisees, they were going through the motions and doing stuff based off of, you know, but their heart was off. You know what I'm saying? And so it becomes a bigger thing to where perfection actually is being in that state of humility and acknowledging your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like perfection to God looks different than perfection to man, right? Basically, you know what I'm saying? What was you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, bro. That was wonderful. Like that, that's
no. We all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God ain't expecting us to be perfect, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't expecting us. See, the problem is that perception of perfection is something you know, that man puts on us,
Right.
And what it is it's the
becomes
ability
a burden.
to rob
It
you
becomes a
exactly
burden.
because
It
they
really
wanted
does.
to do it on purpose. Because what it does, it becomes the ability to rob you of any
Joy.
progress.
Yep.
So if I can rob you of your progress, that's gonna rob you of your peace. That's gonna rob you of your joy.
And what you
it's
do,
eventually gonna get you outside the will
you
of God. It's a demonic.
you end up self-destruction, and you end up self-connecting yourself away because you feel you feel
you know what I'm
saying, like
self-isolation. So you critique me and
because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, for me personally, I'm supposed to been just linking up with each of y'all in our own time, and I've just gone missing on each of y'all. You know what I mean? like for real, like each one of these brothers.
And all it took me was a post.
I call them out.
All it took was a tag.
That's all I did. I said, hey.
I got a cousin that text me back. I'm like, hey, your phone work on your story. Everybody.
You know, but that isolation kicks in, man, because you do have those moments where you realize your faults and your flaws, and you feel like that is now. Because identity.
You think you're stuck with it.
And from going to church and everything, what I realized is all these people in the Bible except the Messiah. So let's put him over here. But everybody else, all the other 40 people that wrote it, right? They were imperfect people that had moments of perfection to God, to Him,
which displayed to him who they really were.
Exactly,
because Abraham was proven by
his obedience of just
so
that.
He
was perfect in a moment. And I think that we freak ourselves out because we look at it in such a long form. You know what I mean? To where we don't even want to practice at it. Because it's such a mountain.
So,
we see a mountain, and he like, no, man.
360 something laws. You know what I'm saying?
You start to feel it, and you like, I can't even try to attempt it. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't never been in gymnastics and they put you in front of that American Ninja obstacle course, you're gonna be like, I don't even need to start. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
maybe I'm not the best guy for the job. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody else.
But it's just moments of perfection that personify who they really were, and that is kind of helping me with. You're not gonna always maintain, because I truly believe we can't all be perfect because we have a blueprint. We have somebody that was. So as long as you're practicing to walk like him,
and if you don't think you can't be perfect, you ain't even gonna come close. You know what I'm saying? So if the aim ain't perfection, you're not even gonna come close.
You gotta shoot for the moon, land the stars.
That's right.
That was the whole reason why he sent Jesus. Was so Jesus could be that humanistic blueprint of what true love is from a God sense. So now, so now when you bring up people like Abraham, who old lady brought in another child for him to have a son. The guy was not pleased with that. Then he told you, hey, Shawty, I told you was going to have a child. But I'm still going to bless you with a child even though you strayed. So now I blessed you with a child. Now all of a sudden, boom, these two kids is slick. You know what I'm saying? But God still used them to elevate his kingdom. So, man, it's like God will take your imperfections. And as long as you're willing to give them to him. See, I don't want I don't want people to think that we can still live in sin. And God. So I don't want to justify sin. Well, all I need is one moment. You gotta keep working at it. It's a work of progress. And you know,
becomes who you are.
Which becomes who you are. It's a slow
and you may have periods of,
stumbling.
And that may be different for different people. People may have different, longer periods. Some people may stumble one time and get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a good scripture to remember is, shall we continue till the grace may abound? No.
God forbid.
God forbid. So just keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind. So don't go ahead. And I'm guilty. Lord know I'm guilty because I be thinking I'm gonna plan it for this day.
After this day is all over.
After this day is it. I'm dedicating my life back to Christ again. But it's sad.
I do that all the time.
Man.
My fast and stuff, bro. Like I'm like, man.
It wear off.
Oh, bro. Like I'll know it's coming down. Like right now, I'll be eating something, and I'm like, and inside I'm like, man, you ain't fasting in almost a year. Well, I mean, shoot, the new year next week, I'm gonna do it then when the eclipse starts.
Yeah.
And then I still ain't fast. Well, I mean, Passover on the way, I'm gonna do it then. Because you keep setting that date in your head.
Well, back in the day, fasting was normal. Fasting was a consistency.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's something we have to practice.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We fasted every day. There was no such thing as breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, into the 1940s and everything when they started bringing in
Break
the
the fast.
agricultural, the
Break
I mean,
the
the
fast.
Absolutely.
So what I do is, you know, I do intermittent fasting. So I only eat in an 8-hour window.
Okay, right.
So I fast for 16 hours.
Yeah, I do that too, honestly. I do that too.
Is that what that means, bro?
Yeah, break fast.
Look at what
That's etymology, bro. That's etymology, bro. I ain't saying that's what it come from, but I'm just saying
that's
break down
what-
the
that's
word.
exactly
what I'm saying.
Like a
So-
lot of
so-
stuff is literal.
Yeah, so when they brought in when they began this assembly line in production, they needed people to operate at a higher capacity sooner than in the optimal time of the day.
Yeah.
When do you feel the most woke? Around noon.
Yes.
Well, guess what? We need y'all to be at work at 6. So we need to give y'all something that's gonna fuel you, you know, a little earlier than
So
noon.
go ahead, breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day.
But really, it's not.
But if I want you to work 9 to 5, it is. God, dog, they got me.
Yeah.
That's why they came up with
It's the most important meal
Yeah.
of the day.
Cereal, oatmeals, and all that stuff.
Because it's a big meal.
And it tears your
I
body
never
up.
understood why there was milk and orange juice. I guess you're supposed to have both.
And in the brain, it says see the fiber, the introduction of.
Oh, y'all knew
that. And coffee.
It expands.
Oh, y'all knew this already?
Yeah.
I should have been linking up with some.
Yeah,
I should have returned them.
Oh, we been waiting though.
You know, I keep a couple steaks too.
Man.
What? You trying to be off the meat?
No, bro, no. I'm talking about when me and him be beefing, man. We be steaks.
Eating and chopping it up, man. Man. I'm always at breakfast shit that fuck my hoes.
And see, that's done on purpose, dog, because one of your most vulnerable times is when you eat. But one of your most optimal time for listening and reception is when you eat. Because what you doing when you eat? You eat. Your mouth is occupied. So when your mouth is occupied, guess what's open? Your ears. So you know you get to it.
It's high level.
I was one of those who were listening and meditating and think on the right things. You know what I'm saying? Because I do want to answer your question about the solutions. There is hope for the black people, but honestly, I think a lot of this it's gonna take them having to make some decisions.
Who that? Who is them?
Black people. Black people.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
It's definitely an individual.
The big misnomer now. And I seen it years ago. And I'm not saying I'll be ahead of the curve, but I'm just saying I seen it. And I'm telling you, there's gonna be more black men that's voting more conservative.
Because we are conservative. We really are conservative.
We are more
We
conservative.
are conservative. We don't take that political identification.
Yeah, we don't identify that.
See, but I just don't think politics is going. That ain't. I don't think
it ain't the only.
But I do agree that more of us are going conservative.
We need more
So
black men in church.
But he's saying the values.
The values,
come with
okay.
conservative.
That's gonna catch you. And now you got people who gonna say, well, black men don't vote, and less than such and such black men, they're gonna have these statistics. But these ain't the 80s and 90s black men that's voting now. You know what I'm saying? How many thousands of young black dudes have been able to vote now since 2016 until this year? New voters. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna sing some shit for themselves. I'm just saying.
And another thing that we gotta look at, bro, It's not, you're not gonna find an answer just in one sector of
Not
life.
at all.
The answers are in every sector of life.
That's why you gotta be like ants and attack every little single section.
Every little section.
Ants don't sit in line and attack. They'll surround that whole little piece of food, and everybody going back home trying to take something back.
You gotta slice the pie.
But they got a common goal too.
Exactly.
And we gotta all be able to. And I think, even with all the churches, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can start small as Columbia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we could unify, my mama talk about like the division and just how it's
so
further.
apparent.
It stems back before our generation, and now it's just east versus west, right across the. You know what I'm saying? Like it's everybody know everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody related.
Yeah.
But it's so much tension. And so I think the solutions we can work on, what I was hoping to kind of go, we gotta do more, efforts community wise and doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Having conversations.
Uncomfortable conversations.
People don't like to talk.
Using our
People
influence.
don't like to talk. They'll talk every now and then, but they don't like to talk, especially with somebody who disagrees with them.
Yeah.
They don't want to have those conversations.
Yeah.
And again, that shows the maturity and the adulthood in a lot of people who are adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen it for myself with people who I've had disagreements with. I'm telling y'all, and y'all should know because
talk to everybody.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. A lot of people don't want to have conversations.
Right.
They don't.
It's to the point to where they don't have to though. And until we put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation, people can just express their opinion now. And I'm guilty of it.
Right.
I'll put some stuff on Facebook. I know they're gonna comment on it. Won't log back on for 9 hours. Like,
I'll be on here tomorrow.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this. I gotta slide. But okay, man, the climate of this culture right now predicates that. It resides off of that, and it's a unintended isolation. So guess what? If I can't go to church because I'm scared of COVID, or I can't go to church because I'm scared of opposition, what do? I can log on Facebook and catch a church service. Guess what else? If we got COVID going on, well, guess what? Oh, now I work from home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, guess what? Oh, we can't go to school because of COVID. So guess what? I can take online classes now.
Boom.
So every sector that you have the ability to reach other people and communicate and connect to other people have now become venues of isolation. So man, bro, so the devil really is slapping on this isolate you. And like you said, a house divided.
You know what I'm saying?
Vision
Putting
God,
on
yeah.
all of that.
So is that the solution?
So we get
not isolate?
Yes,
Is that the
it's not
solution?
conversation, not isolation.
Yeah.
Love, brotherly love.
In love.
Yeah.
Genuine love. For real.
Yo.
For real.
Oh, we
For real.
really?
Yeah.
We done got to.
Yeah.
That man got gems, yo.
Yeah.
He got to slide off.
He said, I'm going to roll after this.
Yeah.
I got a solution.
Now you can't just walk off the mothership. We got to beam you down. So I just want to let you know. I mean, when you go that way, don't take the left. That's the exit. Go right, and Paco's gonna show you how to beam back down to earth. All right. I don't want you floating around in space. Okay.
That's all right.
If you keep going down the hallway, that's the cafeteria. Grab you a snack on the way. You know what I mean? We appreciate you for stopping by. You know what I mean? You coming back to the mothership?
Man, is God black?
Hey, there we go. Hey!
Hey, I told you Jesus is in there.
I love your profile.
Like something else.
Oh,
Shoot.
Yeah.
Bring the mothership down.
Oh yeah, we still alive, man.
Yeah.
You still going? All right. But man, I feel like not isolating, man. That really speaks to me, man.
Because that's the first thing you want to do. You want to kind of.
That really speaks to me.
The book Outwitting the Devil talks about that and how
Napoleon Hill.
He talks about he had a conversation with the devil. That was one of the tricks. After he gets the people kind of separated, isolation is one of the best parts, and that's why in the Bible it does say it's not good for man.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And talk about brotherly unity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have a fellowship because going to the consciousness, the collective consciousness of the minds is so important. You can time travel doing that. You can solve problems faster than ever.
Right.
And people try to figure out how did they build the pyramids. Well, obviously they had maybe 1 million motherfuckers out there. I'm sure they came up with a couple
working
ways.
together. Yeah. And everybody was doing the same way.
Everybody
was focused on the same
You got enough
task.
people who focus on the business of it. Some, you know, it is what it is. But once you got enough people that got minds together, you can do whatever you need to do. So yeah, there's hope. There's hope.
I mean, look at the Hispanic community and what they've done.
And you wanna know why?
And
You wanna know why?
I mean,
because they language they speak together to each other.
Yeah.
They got that. That's the communication right there.
Yeah,
that's it.
They got their own language.
They got their own,
Yeah,
and it's
all that
fine.
connection.
Own language.
And we got, not saying niggas got language too. Niggas got language too. Our money, our language typically money because that's how we kind of boast and
that's what we've been programmed
That's
into.
what we've been programmed to.
Our language probably used to be love.
We used to real deal. We used to real deal have our own language.
Yeah.
We used to have the
Get you.
slang and ebonics wasn't understood.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like then we got to a point of assimilation, and then we got to a point of pride to where now if you get on TikTok, you can learn our culture like that. You want to learn how to do dreads. You want to learn how to braid. You want to learn how to cook fried chicken the same way. You want to learn how to break dance. You want to learn how to Memphis.
Wait, you mean they
everything's accessible?
Right.
They gonna replace niggas.
Nah, they can't. You know, we the salt of the earth.
Yeah. But we
But I
put
mean, they
everything on
definitely-
display to where there's
they
no
definitely-
secrets with us. Our culture is the most open culture. We have the most open culture where any other culture can see what's up with us at any time now. There are no secrets. There is no, and I feel like before that was our thing, but I think that like you was talking about with the 100 monkeys, that consciousness. I think that what is gonna happen is we're gonna see a change that is not talked about. There's not gonna be a memo for it. There's not gonna be, you know what I mean?
I hope so.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I honestly feel the only thing that's gonna save a lot of I don't think that's gonna save a lot of it. It's biblical prophecy. I'm slick. For real? I honestly believe that.
Break that down. Why do you believe it?
One thing, that's how the story goes.
That was a great response.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, outside of us taking it into our own hands and then doing what we can on a micro scale, then it is what it is. I say fate is definitely, gonna fate. How we handle it, how we deal with it is really up to how we prepare today.
I mean, like you said though, as far as I forgot what you was talking about. Look at that. See?
All right, I want to ask though. When we talk about Bible prophecy, and I was talking. And my mind really be on the word. I'm obsessed with sociology and just the movements of people and what's going on. When you look at, because it's an election year.
Yep.
And if we talking about Bible prophecy and everything, then how do you think the America or the leadership of America, the government of America, how do you think we play into all of that? You know what I'm saying? Because there's things going on. You mentioned Israel getting bombed. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things going on so far outside of us to where if Bible prophecy is what is going to be our solution, you know what I'm saying? Then how does that work in the scheme of things?
That was my point. Like you said, that we were going to be doing greater works than the Messiah. I think a lot of that has been yet to be
seen.
Like if you read,
still to come.
They mounted up with wings like eagles. It's some stuff that we might be doing that if we believe, and there's some stuff I believe, you know what I'm saying, that's tapped into my spirit. We might be on some, I've heard that, certain movies are based off of
like what, Paco?
I mean, you think about
Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen.
Avengers, X-Men. You think about David and the Kings. They were slaying hundreds and thousands of men
with 3 people.
Like I mean, what was they really?
So let's get to it. I give you my take on it.
Come on, go in detail.
The Bible says in days it'd be like the days of Noah, so they were able to do those kind of things. So you had those kind of people who had those abilities. You say somebody who walk on water.
Right.
And people have those abilities, but we also have to keep in mind that there are other kingdoms that are on Earth, beneath Earth. Different spirituals and different entities, different principalities, evil witness in different places.
Right.
They're using this little thing called CERN.
Yeah.
Okay? And people
They don't know about CERN.
People don't know about CERN. Well, CERN is
the particle.
They got particles. So they take atoms,
the particle collider. Yeah.
And it's big as 2 countries, and it goes in a circle.
They've actually, I recently learned they've got different parts of it in 2 different countries.
See what I'm saying?
So that one country can, I guess, have
full control.
Yeah. I mean, in the Bible, it even says that out of darkness, that's where a lot of the evil will come. But man is gonna have a hand in that. So even if we say people are gonna have more abilities to do different things. We talked about the movie Revenge of the Fallen, X-Men, all of the movies. These are nothing more, that's my opinion. These are nothing more than what we're going to see is the fallen angels coming back and presenting themselves first as God, before God actually comes back.
I mean, it's got to be a deception.
Yeah.
And, they've been telling us about aliens for a reason.
They priming us for when it happens, okay, we're going to listen to these guys. They told us everything's perfect and cool and peaceful. We can do this. We got these abilities. It's gonna be. We're gonna fall.
Sudden destruction. I was just telling them about that.
We're gonna fall for it. So
you
believe the aliens are gonna make themselves known, but it's really the fallen angels. They're gonna present themselves as gods with higher intellect.
They're already communicating with them. They're already.
That's it.
Yeah, they already communicating with them. You know what I mean? They've already said that they've been getting information from aliens.
Communication.
That basically aliens have been running the government.
And I would go far to say, outside of thinking outer space, there's more so inner sea, where you have the Marine Kingdom.
It's in the what?
Inner sea.
What I've been saying for years, Pop. Say it loud, bro. Just say it, bro. If I say it, it's gonna sound like
inner sea. They gonna
bro.
honestly,
I've been saying it.
I say that because there's a Marine Kingdom, and people think it's funny.
Come on, but it's not really. If you try to look it up in the scripts, though, it's not that exact. Can you elaborate on the Marine Kingdom?
The Marine, slightly, from what I know.
Because it's not that much information, but it's profound.
Okay,
are we talking? What is
where water? The whole purpose of water. Okay, so when God flooded the earth, he flooded the earth, but the creatures that lived under the sea, the Marine Kingdom, the gods who lived under the sea, is because the Greeks were telling the truth when they say there's some other.
Are we talking Atlantis?
Cyrus.
That's what I was trying to say.
Not even Atlantis, no. In a sense, but there's a Marine Kingdom of different gods, different principalities that did not get destroyed when God got rid of giants, when he got rid of dinosaurs and all that, right?
Okay. Kind of like on some King Kong inner Earth type.
Not even in the Earth, because he flooded with water. The Earth is already surrounded with water, so they didn't really have nowhere to go. That's why the next time it's gonna be fire.
Right.
But if there's the Marine, like that with the Marine Kingdom, typically are the ones that kind of help deal in witchcraft. This is why when you do any kind of witchcraft or renewal of your body or renewal of your soul, renewal of transition, water is involved. That's why we baptize. That's why the Catholics have their way of doing water. Even witches, they have their way of doing sprinkle water on top of it. They all use water, but that's for a reason, because those are the kingdoms that the water kingdom is what kind of survived as God did the flood. And so now what we have is, once they start coming up and being more visual, we're going to think it's either AI, we're going to think it's people who are blessed and who the aliens that came out the sky up out of the sea, and we're going to think, oh, this is actually it. But it's not. It's going to be a great deception. Because they're going to come. I mean, just read the Bible.
I mean, we definitely got to get the one world government.
Yeah, we got so many prophecies to go through.
Yeah, we definitely do.
We got a lot of prophecies to go through. And then people say, well, what's the point of it all? Because you got a whole soul.
You got a whole soul.
You got a whole soul. You got a whole soul. So the most you can do, like I was talking about earlier, try to leave a little bit of light in everybody.
Yeah.
George Clinton said everybody's got a little light under the sun. For real, you got to deposit something. That's why I ain't afraid of it.
I mean, I heard a parable the other day from a guy who was working at his house, and he was just talking about, he was a successful guy, he had a big house, and he was just like, and I'm just sharing with y'all because it's something I'm gonna apply to myself.
Yeah,
he was just talking about life being a wheel, and he just said he tried to put on, you said, pour out that good stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna come back around.
Always, yeah.
You put shit on that wheel,
you're gonna run right back into it.
Come back around. You know what I'm saying?
It's right in the face. Every
like
time.
you said, I mean, that's the main thing I think collectively we can do if everybody is conscious enough to understand what they putting out. Like you were talking about your friend, the road rage, and you know what I'm saying. Like once you can kind of be conscious and that don't do nothing good for you. That ends up manifesting into something else. And if you could have checked, I mean, like my drive to work. That'd be a spiritual battle every day. Man, you got people cutting you off. You got people trying to race you. You know, like I'm going on 65 to Franklin.
And
you know what I'm saying? So like I really have had to become like aware, just driving to work. Like not let these spirits that I'm driving by. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I even start my day for real.
Thank God for being a man and understanding and knowing your triggers. That's one of the best things to do. Recognizing that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't do it. Boys get upset and they get you know, little temper tantrum kind of bullshit. I never understood that, especially when I see grown men do it. You call me a bitch. You get so towed up, man. You get so towed up on little shit. That's what really people.
A lot of them was raised by their mamas though,
and it shows. It shows.
But that's not enough. I was raised by mine. I still figured it out.
No, me too.
It's an epidemic of these sensitive niggas out here. Like, man, how you what?
You'd be surprised how many niggas can't talk. And even when they got disagreements, that's why I said, still I respect my man. Because even when we had our disagreement, we had a conversation. This is what I'm trying to do, bro. And he was like, okay, I see what you're trying. We had good conversation. But most dudes, they'll be so upset. Like you said, they raised by their mama.
We was disagreeing because, you know,
it's just nothing but emotion.
Man, all they got is emotion. They get into it and
intellect.
They can't have conversations. So I see what women talking about now. They say they got to do, they ain't got no conversations over. And I see because he can't talk to no goddamn body. He can't talk to the old man out here. What the hell going on?
But a lot of it comes to that self-love. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Understand.
But this is why mentorship is important too.
I really feel, and this is my belief, I really feel like once you understand who you are, like just where you come from, we ain't gotta put the whole thing on. If you just understand who you are in the lineage of recent past, like we was talking about, like look at your recent past. If you feel like something was too far away and you can't relate to it, if Samson don't apply to you, you know what I'm saying? Like if you find out who you are and you find out the people that you come from, then the resilience that you've already seen, like is just going to tap in. And I feel like that sensitiveness and that emotional complex to where you just stay in your root. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
that
like
root chakra gonna get a lot of people in trouble right there. It's gonna get a lot of people in trouble.
But you all right, so even with the chakras, everything's working more up to the head because you gotta know. You need knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like for lack of knowledge, my people are destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Middle,
so
higher.
Like so once you fill your brain with an understanding of other men, you know what I'm saying? Or let's take away just men of your people. You know what I mean? Because I'm inspired by Angela Davis. I'm inspired by Sada Shakur. I'm inspired by Miss Cheatham that ran for president. You know what I'm saying? Cheatham, my bad. But I'm inspired by that too. So at the same time, Rose, I want to mention you, but the 14-year-old girl, I like her. But I feel like once you just know a little bit about who you come from, and the fact that of all the different people of 8 billion on this planet, you the only one that don't. I feel like that should emphasize in your spirit
to read the Bible.
But you ain't even got to the Bible part yet. Just look. Just look.
I think
once you start looking, it's gonna get you there. But like, just
think about this. Like with us as a people, it's such a disconnect, and so people are really looking at their immediate circumstances and at their direct family members. You know what I'm saying? Like
instant gratification.
People aren't really going to.
It ain't going back.
You know, I went deep. I mean, like when I kind of stumbled across all of the understanding, I was out in the same time. I was asking my grandparents who our, you know, like, all right, I was tracing family trees. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find basically some type of like some type of
you want to draw a line. You want to get a genealogy going.
Like you said, who did I come from? What did they do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and through that I found a lot of like, you know, accomplishments and everything. But I can't say that everybody's gonna have that same.
But how we create that is the reason they need to have that and how they create that is taking that responsibility out of the schools and we doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can only be prideful when you are taught how to be prideful. You need to have something to be proud about. You know, I cannot expect, you know, Miss Goodlove that I had as a teacher. 7th grade. It was a mean ass white woman. Mean ass white woman. Okay. Tell me anything about Nat Turner saying they revolutionized and they was trying to fight for their freedom. Yeah. They not gonna tell you that. That's not their job. That's not their duty. That goes back to the home. So that's when the responsibility falls back on us. Okay, because outside of American University, you know, it's us first too. Because we need to take it on. Once you know who you are, then you have a better chance of becoming greater. You know what I'm saying? But because then you got the music industry, entertainment industry throwing you these different artists saying that you are the Sexy Reds of the world, or you are the Lil Nas X of the world, some craziness, and they start to believe that just a little bit more. And it's sad. I hate to say it, but we don't take on us. And I say this because my generation. I'm in my 30s. All right. But the generation before me failed. Failed, man. The generation before them failed. I refuse to let the ones after me say the ones before us fail and before them fail. You know, man, I gotta do something. Even if I do fail at it, they gonna say the motherfucker tried. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's what pisses me off with us because we want everybody else to solve our problems outside of us. And so even when it comes to school, I wish they would get rid of all public school and the kids gotta stay home. What they gonna do? We're gonna have to send the kids somewhere. They gotta learn. Yep, let's send them to church. If we're gonna teach them, the pastor. Let's get them. We got other mothers. We got mothers there. We got deacons. Let's do it because if they can do it with Sister Act, we can do it over here with them. You know what I'm saying? We can do it. We can got that. You know what I'm saying? We can do it too. I mean, but you know, we don't look at solutions the same. I seen, you know, I had a conversation with somebody before, and they talking about resources. Resources isn't always money. Sometimes resources is who you know. You know, we got plenty of teachers that are black, you know, who would not mind coming and teaching more than what they are delegated to teach at American County Public School System. You know what I'm saying? Miss Moore, not only did she teach English, she taught Spanish. You know what I'm saying? How many black people would love to speak Spanish right now? We need it more than anything right now. But if we could invest in saying, hey, Miss Moore, if you can come and teach a class on Spanish and have a big class and we'll pay you, why, man, wouldn't that be a blessing? Yeah. But we too busy.
Too distracted.
So how do we get to supporting, you know, even locally? You know, you go to a Mexican food truck.
I tell you.
I mean, y'all doing this. I mean, I'm just a type that I can't even understand it. Like, because anybody I see that's doing anything that's trying to do, you know what I'm saying? My bad, bro. But
you good.
No, I'm talking to him. But anybody that is trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? I'm at least like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at least. You know what I mean? Like,
that's my homie, man.
And I just, you know, it's just saddening because I just be seeing, like, I'm like, I know bro got more friends than this. Like, why would somebody not like this or share it? You know what I mean? And I don't know if part of it be the algorithm because
you shadow ban. You gotta be okay with your results.
Or and sometimes people just don't like you, and it's cool.
And that's what it be.
And you gotta be cool with that.
You gotta be cool. I'm definitely shadow.
You gotta be cool with having on some glasses and shooting shit and promise you just drilling until you done hit a motherfucking thing. You got to. You got to.
What the shit that we've been? I mean, hell, you came to the community garden. You know what I mean? Like we ain't. No Daily Herald ain't know about that. We was a block down from downtown. They nobody in the courthouse know.
It's Rosa Parks. Y'all know what they're doing to the east side. They're going to move all the niggas.
They trying to push it. They trying to push it.
They gonna do that too.
You just gotta do it.
Well, they going up on the taxes. They going up on the energy.
They doing everything.
That's how they do it.
Chaz, come get your damn signs on the east side.
That's how they do it, though.
Just come get your signs on the east side. I'm about to put mine up. Get your signs on the east side.
No.
Go get your signs on the Rosemont Cemetery.
Hey, that's right. An ant can't do anything alone, but a colony will move the earth.
That's it. I talked about ants.
Yep, I see you out.
There's actually a speech I got about ants. Somebody got it. Core Martin got it. Yeah.
But yeah,
You did a speech about ants?
Mm-hmm. Had a whole seminar about ants. Mm-hmm. And how important it is how we operate like ants. It's an army needed to survive. ANTS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
everybody want to be the chief, though.
Everybody want to be chief.
You know, especially in Colombia. You know,
I understand.
Musically, you know,
so
we got. I mean, it's so many
tired
different
of that, man.
artists that's building, and you know,
Ego.
it's the ego and
Goodness. And if there was ever an example of how ego will crumble us all, though, it's so much
Always.
ego that people are refusing to work with people, support people, and when you see all the talent,
because I don't like that nigga.
when you see all the talent out there, it's like y'all not gonna work. But you know what? Also, it is. You know what? Also, it is. If you don't have a vision, you don't have no reason to check your ego.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't realize that Goldie Mac and Grimy sound good on a song,
Right.
together, then there's no reason to check your ego at the door so we can make something great.
And you
Yeah,
can't
you
even
know
support
what I'm
or something
saying?
just
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
don't like
You know what I
this
mean?
or that.
If
Like,
you don't realize that Word of Life and friendship need to do an event together, like a revival outside or something, if you don't see that, then you're not gonna check the ego of my denomination to make something happen.
Exactly. And that's what it's so much great stuff going on.
It is.
But it could be so much greater and
And more
bigger.
consistent.
A lot more.
And it's so
consistent.
we try to act like, you know, the resources aren't there.
They all there.
They there.
Yeah, bro,
And-
we did an event. We've been doing events. We did the last event we did. We finally worked with the city. You know what I mean? Shout out to Columbia Parks and Recreations and everything. But come to find out, they got a warehouse full of stuff for events. If you only would think of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they like when it comes to resource and supplies, inventory, when it comes to even people,
I want to say
like,
something
bro, we could do it if there was a vision to call them to have to do it.
Resources. Everyone complains that there isn't a facility for someone who does sports, right? Sports facility, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is. There is, my niggas. Right in Spring Hill, you take Bear Creek all the way down to the T intersection all the way down. Take that T intersection, take a left. There's a sports complex on the left-hand side. It's in Murray County.
Sure.
And it's all kind of white people going in there. And it's a sport. And they got baseball, swimming, basketball, tennis, hockey. They got everything. You name it, they got that shit in there.
I mean, even
niggas don't know about
recreational
it.
centers,
They
though.
got it's a
a
Spring
center-
Hill.
It's
but
a center right on
we
the
think
east
it
side,
gotta be
though,
on the
too.
Yeah.
Don't even get used.
Don't even get used. Don't even get used. But y'all gotta start showing up. Because ain't nobody telling y'all about that.
Last time I saw something in that rec center at Fairview that wasn't a baby shower or something, it was when Chef Jules tried to do something there for the Christmas season.
What you think about them changing the pool up, though? I don't.
Man, I don't like it, man, because
What you
I got some ears close to the ground. And I'm telling you, some interesting stuff.
What's interesting about it?
Some interesting stuff about that little thing that's going on at that food joint. And I know I irritate some people when I said it was niggas in the room when they made the decision. I wasn't lying. Just saying it was y'all niggas. But how it working?
Holding people accountable. I was gonna mention this earlier. When it came. We was talking about kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because we feel a pressure to not hold somebody accountable because, like, let's say we have a standard, right? And we know it, but then your friend's kid broke that standard. So now, when you talk about that standard,
you start feeling different about it.
They start feeling different, and you don't want to make your friend feel some type of way. So, there was niggas in the room when they got rid of that pool.
Yeah.
Well, that's your nigga that's related to you. And been, you know what I'm saying?
And
So now you don't
that's
want
involved in all this.
Yeah.
this,
So
this,
now
this,
all the fact that niggas was in the room,
I just want to say, where did the pool idea originally come from? Where did Fairview Park, that whole little area, come from?
I don't know.
That's a rhetorical question. I want everybody to do their own research.
Some niggas.
He said, I'm assuming niggas.
Now, how the hell Sid get it?
I'm assuming niggas.
Just wait.
That was great. That was great.
Just wait. I'm telling you. They gonna play themselves. That's why I love. Thank you so much for that. They gonna play themselves. And I was telling somebody the other day. I said all this fake people who community support only when they want support from the community, they gonna be exposed. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that's gonna come to a head real soon. It's gonna come to a head.
I hope it does.
It is because it has no choice.
And like when you hold people accountable, it makes other people step up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone's held accountable,
but to hold somebody accountable, you gotta be willing to be able to hold what they hold.
Yeah, you gotta be able to hold their weight too.
You gotta be able to hold their weight and what you hold them accountable.
This is why having a team is so important, and having the right team is so important, because you can get a team to say, all right, we made it. We're the mayor now. But what we really want to do is be in the Senate and the Congress and the governor. Mm-hmm. So we're really going to try to build towards that for the next 6 years. Mm-hmm. Niggas may get their little trinkets in between. You know, right before election, we're going to put out pamphlets that now have niggers on it. Mm-hmm. Because right before election last year, y'all didn't know, Columbia had pamphlets for division in Columbia, right? Mm-hmm. And in those pamphlets was nothing but white people until right before the last election. Now we got niggas. And I love it because niggas, it's my niggas. You know, I'm just saying, it was an odd time for a lot of niggas being in Pamela. So let's just see what happens next. It's going to be so exciting. Wait till Juneteenth. I can't wait to see.
Man,
I get excited about that.
And that's the thing.
I get excited about this. I'm about to see niggas tow their ass in the air.
Like, and that happened one time in Juneteenth to where what's his name? Bucky. Mm-hmm. He came down and he was set up and he was just standing there and everything. I like him too, but still, you at Juneteenth. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You better walk around, talk to somebody, nigga. Like, so he's there, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's there, he posted up and everything. I'm looking around at everybody else like, how we feel about the police just being here running the campaign? I mean, he just here, you know, they ain't, no. So I called him over. And the thing is, I had to leave. But I refuse to leave right now knowing you just posted up at this event just to, no.
Because they need that support.
So I brought him over and I was like, bro, I'll be honest with you. I don't even vote, but I'm going to vote this year. And if they say they don't like you, I'm not voting for you. So tell me what you do. And he started talking like, yeah, but do you keep black people out of jail? You know what I'm saying? Like when you hold somebody accountable, like stand on something. We can't just be going with I guess he's here. Nah, bro, you gotta come talk to me.
You got to.
You got to come say something.
You got to.
Like I feel like our presentation, we feel like it has to be so tempered. I was so tempered. You know what I'm saying?
But to walk on ice.
The problem is you got the wrong clicks in the right places.
Ooh, that's hard. Yeah.
But
you know what though? But you know what though? Those clicks, as we may think, like in our on the surface level, it's based on family, or it's based on the side of town, or it's based on the church. Really, those clicks that are the movers and shakers for the black community here locally, them niggas is part of secret shit. They part of secret stuff.
They big time gatekeepers.
They're part of secret stuff.
Don't worry.
It's secret societies and allegiances and fraternities and sororities.
Come on. Not this nigga. Not this nigga.
Yo, not this nigga.
Everything I touch.
I don't know what this nigga gonna say.
We ran a whole campaign off the podcast. We had the real deal with the, hey, maybe you might split the vote. You think you would support whoop-de-whoop? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, when you dealing with influence, because that's what you're dealing with. That's why social media influencers make so much money.
It's currency. I'm trying to tell you. It's currency.
It's worth more than currency.
It's currency. And I swear to God, I be telling people, when God saved me, he saved y'all. Like a lot of because honestly, sometimes I be thinking, you know, if I was a bad person, I'd be damn good at it. You know,
boy. I mean, that's why I say if I ever could find myself to be in a game, I would be running the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's come up with my own game. You know what I'm saying? K, B. Everybody say it together. K, B.
No, that's really.
We go in a different direction with the game.
And I say that because it's important that most people know that you got the wrong people in the right places, and sometimes the right people are in the wrong places for the moment. And then those of us who like little creeks, I just make my own little way. Yeah, it is what it is. You can build a dam if you want to.
I mean, like you say, it's pockets for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's pockets for everything.
That's why having brains is so important. Yeah. If it was 20 of us who got together, we wouldn't be worried about it. Okay, yeah. if it was 20 of us together, it wasn't, we can actually get together and build that little thing downtown on the east side. You know what they got going on.
Yes.
What is that? They do apartment complex.
Man, we can make some
shake. Ain't no niggas gonna be in there.
We can make something shake, man.
Ain't no
we could have been made our own school here. But look, I really appreciate y'all, man. I want to continue the conversation. I know we done went pretty long, much longer than y'all used to our episodes going. This is a special episode, you know what I mean? And bro, put the call out. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
So we have to make it happen.
Right. Of course.
Right. Like I really hope y'all gain something. I know I've gained something from this conversation, but I always gain something from talking about. I hope that y'all have gained something. What is that? 700,000 grants signed off.
On who?
Yeah.
They put that up there when they was talking about the.
Oh yes. So Candy, thank God for y'all need to contact her too, because she's right now. I won't say working with Scott Speaker, but she did contact him and found out some interesting things and some laws that's going on around here in America.
Oh, the splash pad.
Yeah. So okay, thank you,
700.
Hopefully we see her at Juneteenth.
Splash pad.
Yeah, that for the splash pad. I know a nigga who'll fix the food for $5.
Nigga, I used to work for a concrete company. Nigga, I know how much shit costs.
I get a crackhead out there.
You mean that they didn't look for niggas to be the company to build the concrete
at the black part?
No, they didn't look for niggas to do it. They didn't look for niggas.
But were there niggas putting their names in? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's all on record. It's all in black and white. That's the word. That's like going to jail.
We got to go though.
Yeah, we gotta go.
All right. Hey, season 5 is coming live really soon, so stay tuned to all the WhoDat posts and go to WhoDat podcast. Make sure you like the page. Make sure you sharing this. I thank all of y'all for tuning in. I want to thank these brothers for coming on the mothership.
Appreciate
these brothers. I want to thank Pop for producing everything. Pop, you got anything you want to say?
Nah, he ain't got nothing to say.
Hey, that was my chest boy over here, man.
Appreciate you, Pop.
Peace and blessings. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you later on. Make sure you tune into the WhoDat podcast. We're going to be live. All right?
Boom.
Speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height. Cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. What you hear in yourself when no one's to be found. What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind?
Yes, you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist in the mess, and happily perform the new in your hands.
I show that I live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time.